One of the bad things about, searching through the used CD rack at either like a thrift store or a flea market is that if you have like a particular taste in music and if you're looking for a specified album, chances are the album will not be in that rack. You would actually have to go to a actual record store to find what you're looking for. But me, I have basically had no problem with that because I'm the kind of guy who does not look for anything specific. I mean, sometimes, yes, I do, but I just like to find whatever I can find at either my nearest Goodwill or the two half-price books that I go to in either Schaumburg or Skokie, and just like, a normal record store. You know, like I said, I don't like to look for anything specific because I am a total aficionado. And like, at Goodwill, you can find a lot of good stuff for just $1. At half price books, you can find some good stuff for just $2 in the clearance section. And, just add it to your collection, because the good thing about that is that you can, if you find a lot of the stuff that catches your attention, you can basically just buy it all. I mean, for $1, that's like much cheaper than how they used to sell CDs back in either the 80s or 90s or even earlier than that. But anyway, so like spring 2017, which was last year, this was one of the albums that I came across when I was at my nearest Goodwill store in Des Plaines. And this band, Professional Murder Music, they have released 3 albums, but this is like their very first one. I'm not sure if they're together or not still, but they have not made any more albums that I have known of for a while. These guys started in like the early 90s, but I recognize the title of this band because like a few years ago, because their song Slow, which is like the first song off the album, appeared on the soundtrack to the movie End of Days. It's that Arnold Schwarzenegger, demon movie that I thought that was pretty awesome, and I thought it had an awesome soundtrack. I actually used to own it. It had bands like, Korn, Everlast, Rob Zombie, Limp Bizkit was on it, and Power Man 5000 was on it as well. The whole soundtrack was awesome. That was one of the albums, though, that I gave away because it just got all scratchy. I played it too many times, and I couldn't play it anymore. But anyway, I found this band at Goodwill, and I thought maybe this could be a, good add to my collection because, they're kind of like alternative metal, new metal, industrial, kind of like, Korn, Static X, that sort of stuff. And their stuff has appeared on other soundtracks as well. Their second song, Fall Again, was on the soundtrack to Valentine, kind of like, this Snake River Conspiracies Breed that I mentioned in a few earlier videos that I made. And their song A Night Like This, which is track number 8, appeared on the soundtrack to the movie Ginger Snaps, which that's another, that's on my wish list for horror movies to get in the future because, I like that kind of stuff. I like horror movies. But yeah, these guys have not been around for a while, but from what I read on like Wikipedia, they've released 2 other albums, but those albums I don't own because I thought that they were not like immensely well known. Like as of right now, this band has fallen off the face of the earth. And this is actually their promotional copy of their album, which is their self-titled album, Professional Murder Music, and it has like a little bit of history on them. It says that they have toured with Kid Rock and Powerman 5000, and they performed with like, you know, Orgy and Static X, and they have been in like a lot of media press, on the list of history that's shown on the back of this album. That says that they have been featured in like Kerrang magazine and Metal Hammer and something called Alternative Press. I guess that's like a magazine publication. But like the song Slow has had some airplay. Like, you can barely hear it anymore on the radio because this band has like pretty much just became so obscure that most DJs probably have not even heard of this, or maybe have forgotten about them. But like you can find the song Slow on YouTube. They have a music video for it, and their version of Slow on the End of Days soundtrack sounds a little, you know, different, because that was like actually a promotional version of that song. But this is like the real version of it. It has like a different rhythm to it, you know. It's like a different melody. Like the difference between like the End of Days version and this version is that on the End of Days version, it's a little harder, like, well, not, no, I mean, it's equal to this version, but this version is like more industrial sounding than like straight up hard. But I like both versions either way, but I mostly like this version because it's on this particular album. The soundtrack version was a little slower. Well, slow, but anyway, I'd give this one a go. If you like industrial rock or alternative metal or anything like that, I would prefer to get this one. The cover is not there because like it wasn't there when I picked it up. The only thing was in there is just the CD. So yeah, Professional Murder Music. The album was released in 2000 through Geffen Records, and so yeah, like I said, if you find this at like a thrift store or a flea market or anything like that, I'd give this one a listen. Or like I said, you can find their stuff on YouTube if you prefer, you know, the computer than the actual album. But I have the actual album, so I can listen to this whenever I want to without having to worry that, you know, about the possibility that it would be taken off. But like I said, give this one a try, and if you like it and if you see it somewhere, well, get it. Nothing to it. So Professional Murder Music, self-titled album. That's basically it. So thanks for watching.